Hello everybody. Just waiting on Julia finishing and trying to get a better picture here for you all. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Any moment now we'll try something. Oh, there we are. Right, let's try moving you back a bit and seeing what you see. Is that better? No, we're not. We're just going to have to make do today. We don't seem to be doing very well. Never mind, I will explain all in a minute. Just waiting for Julia to finish. Hello. Right, let's just twiddle you around a little bit and get you in there. Hello everybody. Just waiting on Julia finishing. So I'm just going to play around with my Facebook here and see, can I see me? Because I have no idea what any of you are saying ever. So let's just refresh this laptop. I think it's one of them days today, having just listened to Julia. There we go. There's me. Let's make that large. Then I have to turn off the speakers because you don't need to hear me twice, because that will be really interesting. Turn that speaker off. But hopefully that means I can I can see messages and things and hellos. Good morning, Kelly. There we go. So just give Julia, Julia's got 2 more minutes, so we don't want to detract from what Julia's doing over on Crosspatch, because she's got some lovely Christmas stuff today. There we go. I could hear myself still. So it's a 3 Amigo morning. Good morning. Look, I have my 3 Amigo mug today with my cup of coffee, because we like the cups of coffee in the morning, even though it's decaf, because I'm only allowed decaf these days. It's still, I can't do a morning without my coffee. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Morning, Lish, Mandy, Elaine, Julie. Good morning, Julie. Jan, morning. Margaret, morning, Margaret. Tracy, Crafty UK's out. Good morning. Where are you today? Are you at home or are you somewhere else? Yeah, right. Bev, good morning. That's lovely. Just giving the last minute or so for Julia, because it's not fair to start early else. And I've been having issues. What's new? What we got here? So, Judith. Japanese folded, yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? It's obsessive. It's obsessive. Wendy, Bev, Hayley, Joe. Oh, you're at home. That's good to know. Good to know. So you're doing some stuff. I've just had a thought, having just seen a little comment about Japanese folded. Let me just get that. That'll do. I may as well show you what we're talking about when we say Japanese folded. Right, so according to my calculator no, it's not a calculator, it's a clock on the laptop. It's 10 o'clock. So it's time for me to do my 3 Amigo bit. So first of all, apologies. You've only got a little screen this morning. I was at Lamport Hall last week, a show, a fabulous show. I had great fun. Andy was there as well. Andy, Crafty UK. Getting ready for Festival of Quilts, yeah. So Joe and Andy are just busy doing ready for festival. That's good. I haven't unpacked my van yet. I came straight back into a bit of a week, so I do apologise. Somewhere or other is my sticky thing, what I put my phone on, as directed by Andy and the like, who know what they're talking about and I don't. I can't find it. It's in the van somewhere, I think. So I've had to put you on my old sticky thing here, so it made you all look a little bit closer today, but I do apologise. So I'll have to hold things up a bit more for you. So what have I got for you today? I really don't know. That's the answer to that one. Lamport Hall show, got in at 11 o'clock last Sunday night, and then had classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a design day on Thursday. Friday I actually went shopping and did some house bits. Yesterday was picture framing all day, and so today I'm sat here a bit stunned thinking all these things I was going to do for you for Amigos I've not necessarily done, so you're going to have to bear with me a bit. So what we got behind us, I don't know that you can see that well. It's unfortunate that this is doing what it's doing, but you'll find it wherever. This is the linen quilt, and I've called it random, go random, because it really is, you go random with it. So if you could do it actually regimented each block, and it would look lovely. So if you can't cope with random, you can still do this. But I don't know if you can see, there's lots of lovely appliques on here using my different templates and shapes that I use all the time. So I had promised the other week when I was showing you it, it's been quilted now, lovely, by Carol. I don't know if I've told you that previously, so that's all gorgeous. It went on show at Lamport Hall last week, which was very jolly. So I'm going to do kits. They're not on the website yet. I'm going to do that after I've been talking to you. So kits for this one behind. So the blocks are 16-inch blocks. They make fabulous cushions, actually. Yeah, says she. Cushions. Something that came out the van this morning. Most of it's still in the van. No, that's not the one we want. I've put hearts on this one instead of, but that is the block. So that was made from remaining fabrics of the linen from the kits. So they will be, so 54 by 54, so you know, 9 squares. That's going to turn out at £52. So you're getting your pattern and your design shapes and all the rest of it all written, and you'll get that free. Then if you're going to do 12 blocks, so that's about a 54 by 70 inch quilt, that's £68. And then a 16, so 4 by 4, 70 inches by 70 inches, that's going to be 84. All right, so you get your free pattern and how to and all the rest of it. Plus you'll have extra in there that's free, which will be for binding type stuff. I'm not going to put the backing in. You could use a normal cotton on the back if you wanted, or you could buy some. I've got loads of other stuff that will be on the website that you can buy if you want. Can you hear Tom? He's squeaking over there. Right, so that's all Stoff linens, all very lovely stuff, and they will be on the website later today. Okay, so what we've got here, yes please. Yeah, Judith, I know, I'm so sorry, it's been a little while coming, and Bev, and yeah, lovely. Lamport Hall was lovely venue, glad I went on Friday. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about Lamport Hall. Venue, big posh house, yeah, and we were out in the stables. So you've got the stables are in a big square. So you've got this lovely courtyard you underneath to go through. And so I was in a big stable. I had great fun. I really enjoyed it. I had that many quilts up, and they went up really high. I wanted to take them up to the ceiling because then I'd have felt like I was in Cairo, in the Tent Makers of Cairo little shop, you know, right the way up. It was great fun. And then out in the courtyard, they had like little marquees for individual people. So Angie and Joe, Craft UK, were out in the courtyard. Unfortunately, it rained on them on the Saturday. It wasn't too bad Sunday, but Friday was glorious, I have to say. I had a lovely time. Apologies to those of you that were with me who went to purchase something and we had no signal for the credit cards, but thank you all for bearing with us, and that was all sorted. Thank you. But I had a lovely time. I really did. And the strangest thing, you never know what's going to be popular at a show, right? Okay. So I just thought I'd tell you, of all the weird things I put up, because I always do weird things, Horace, the octopus, was an absolute star. Thank you very much. I think I've got enough to make up another couple of kits for him. All right, so yeah, Horace the Octopus did very well. And well, this one was I ran out of patterns, and I always have loads of patterns, those of you that know me. So this one is Blooming Dresden. All right, so we get it that you have to see the centre panel really. Let's get the centre panel for you. There we go. Which was a Tilda fabric that I used, or lots of Tilda fabrics, but I sold out patterns. Thank you, ladies. This really is a lovely one, and I have to say on the back of it I've got fleece. It's one of my cuddle ones. I love it. So yeah, Blooming Dresden. Who would have guessed? So Horace and Blooming Dresden. And then I was looking at Julia earlier over in Crosspatch, the other three Amigos. She's got a little Christmas tree that she does. Well, I've got a Christmas tree I do, which is a really simple. I don't sell patterns for it. I do sell kits for my spring tree and my summer tree. And I'm going to probably put some together for Christmas trees. But look, can you see that? There we go. So very, very simple. All they are triangles that have been padded and then stitched together, so you can make it as big as you or as little as you want. I quite like big ones, and then I tend to hang baubles in the Christmas one. But the ones at Lamport Hall, it was the summer one that have got all bees and sort of sunflowers and things dangling in between, so I sell little packets of those. And buttons in the autumn one. And everybody was asking, how do we do, how do we do? I'll do a demo, because you do not need a pattern for how to make this. You seriously don't. Everybody's capable of doing this one. So in the week, when I get a minute, I'll do a demo and I'll put it over on my YouTube for you. All right. So there's no reason why you can't all make them for yourselves. So thank you for all that interest. That was brilliant. So what else have I got for you today? I've got on offer. I'm going to turn around. I had it all done out lovely here, but you can't see any of it. Let me just get for you. I've got Macawa Advent Calendars. All right. I've just pinned that one. Okay. I think that's a lovely fun one there. So they should be, I don't know if it's 11 or 12. I've got them on at £9 for you today if you fancy those. I've just pinned that one. There is another one, but when I was checking my website just now, I don't think I've even put it on the website, so I've got to do that after as well. I'll show you it though. There we go. So that's like a Scandi advent calendar. Now I really like these. Years ago when we used to do these things, doing the pockets was an absolute nightmare, wasn't it? Fiddly pleated, fiddly. These are so simple. I absolutely love them. Hold on, here we go. Let me have a little look. Look, they literally just fold up. It's like a little miracle. And then you get all these pockets. So I don't think that one's on the website, abbyann.com by the way. But I'll put that on shortly, and that will be on offer as well today, tomorrow for you all. All right. So do you know what? I don't know if I'm coming or going here. Let's have a look at some questions and some comments, shall we? Love Horace, thank you, love it. Hi Tom. Yeah, you can hear Tom. He's having a bit of a moment. It's trying to rain out there and he's trying to get out the door. He's saying more than mum, I tell you. He's saying let me out, but he's actually got a window wide open that if you really seriously wanted to go out, you can get out and go. But I don't think he will. He's just creating. Yeah, doesn't like being ignored. You're quite right. Morning. What else have we got? Yes, please, me too. Morning, Abby. Completely forgot. Miss Julia. Julia's will be, as mine, will be over on YouTube later or on your Facebook for a little while. So you can go back and catch up with us. All right, so that's lovely. Right, so what else have I got to show you? Japanese folded, somebody mentioned on here. Right, okay, so this is one that I sort of took to an extreme, like I do a few years ago. And Andy made me some templates that are my design, but Andy makes them, and they're fabulous. So Japanese folded, yeah. So most of you, I'm sure, will know these. You've got like a square and you fold a circle round into it. I put a little bit of wadding in so that when I'm stitching my circle bit down, it quilts it. And I like, as we all know, I like a bit of random. So here's my one going on. So I do this with all my odds and sods, as you can tell. So they're not necessarily on offer, but just to show you what was in that comment there. There's a how-to video over on my YouTube, Abby Ann Patchwork. The templates, fabulous. I like doing these by hand. You can do them by machine. I prefer by hand. But it means they're transportable. You can take them everywhere, and it enables you to cut out a circle and the correct size square, and then as you're doing through the process, it keeps you accurate. It's a very simple to use template that I have to say, well, you can see I love it. I do it all the time. Well, all the time, in between everything else, when I've got nothing to do, these come out. I do. So Judith, thank you. She's saying templates are brilliant. They seriously help life. They really do. It makes it transportable. So they're available in 5-inch, 4-inch, 3-inch and 2.5-inch finished square. So this is 5. So depending what size scraps you have, so therefore you can choose. I like the 2.5 one as well, although it's fiddly, but it means you can intermingle it with the 5. It all sort of works, doesn't it? You know, so you can make yourself up a bit of a different pattern. And I know Freya's waiting for one. I've ordered some more yesterday from Andy, although he's busy prepping for NEC, but we'll get them when we get them. So yeah, so just a little aside, complete aside to everything that I was going to tell you. What's the time anyway? 10:15. Right, and I'm just wittering as normal. So the other thing I've got for you today, because obviously Macau has been doing their thing and all my fabrics have arrived as well as Julia's has arrived. So I've got for you a special offer, and I have just chucked this on the website, literally chucked it on as Julia was talking to you all. So we're going to have 10 long quarters of different lovely patterned ones. So we've got Father Christmas, and what else? We've got a lovely red snowflakey thing. Red snowflake, that doesn't sound right, does it, somehow? A very nice green holly thing going on. What's this one? There's a cream that's got presents all over it. Ignore my brain is not here today. This to me is absolutely lush, that green one. I love that. It's almost edible. I like that a lot. Then we've got more red happy presents. Oh, and I like this one as well. Look, snowmen. I think they're lovely. I like the snowmen. And then we've got Father Christmas. He's very lovely. These go very nicely with the advent calendars. So if you wanted to back it, and they're on the website. Can you hear him? He's carrying on again here. Father Christmas. I like that one. I usually like sort of nondescript Christmas, but I actually quite like these novelty ones, which is not like me. And then there's a nice little one with baubles all over it. I'll have a thing about baubles. As anybody that knows me, I like baubles. Right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to do it as 10 long quarters, and then you get half a metre free of either the green spray time that goes rather nicely with it, or the red spray time. So I've listed them twice on the website, so you need to pick either red or green. So what are they? That's going to be £35 for that bundle. So if if you want 1/2 meters. If you order 2, I will cut them as 1/2 meters for you, and then you get 1 meter free, if that makes sense. So totally up to you if you fancy that one. So that's the other Christmas thing for you. Now, what else have I been doing this week? I said I had a design day, didn't I? So yeah, so this is one that's been going on for a while. Says she. Oh, there's the picture underneath the laptop. Where else would it be? Right, so every year, and if I get to it this year, I make a Christmas card. I will paint or draw or do something for a Christmas card for sort of friends and family. So last year's was this. Can you see that Christmas trees? So that was last year's design. And so I thought I'm going to do that into like a wall hanging or a panel or whatever you want to call it, or you can make it bigger into a quilt. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a quilting show. Quilt. Right, so here we are so far. I don't know if you can see that. So we've got lots of snow at the bottom and we've got our trees in place. I've toned them down a bit because it's why you have design days. You trial things. You see, does it work? Will it work? Won't it work? What do we have to change? So I've kept it quite traditional, but I have gone like a blue-green fabric. Okay. So there will be some kits of this, hopefully. I love the backing fabric. I think the backing fabric is fabulous. I don't know. Question. There we go. Do I put more things on the trees? I was into, do I keep it nice and simple? Do I put more things on the trees? What do I do with it? I'm not sure. So I tend to live with it for a few days then to see what comes. So we've got the red border. Nice red. And then around that then are going to be half square triangles, of which I have many bits. Just like that, see? And then magically they're all going to come together and we'll have some red cornerstones. What are there? And that will be the next border. And then after that I might put another border again. So you might say, why has she got hundreds of triangles and doing it like that? Because I like random. I do this to myself. Other people can like put it together, chop it and have hundreds all the same, and that's what I don't want them all the same. I want everything a bit different. So me being me, I just chop up my squares, cut the squares in half and then mix everything up and then join them back together again. And then you get random. And then that will become a border around there. So thoughts on that one. Right, let's have a little look over here. What we've got going on here. 10 plates are brilliant. Thank you again. Stars on the trees. You want some stars? See, now I thought I'm going to put a star in the sky. A big... Originally, the pattern had stars on all the trees, yeah? Like that. And then I thought, if you're in a bit of a forest, are you really going to have stars on the trees? So I was going to put a big star in the background somewhere. But I still think it needs a bit of red. So I'm wondering if I'm going red baubles or something. Stars might work, but I'm not convinced on stars, I have to say. I'll have to cut some out and lay them on and see do they work. Right, there we go. So, what's the time? 20 past. I've got 10 minutes. So I'm going to run through, because this has been a little bit busy and a little bit, oh, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit, isn't it? So, drink, excuse me. Do it. Okay, Stella, we'll have a go and see what it looks like. Okay, right, so linen. So this is stuff linen, so it's a linen mix. It's 55% linen, 45% cotton, and it keeps its shape really well. And it doesn't fray when you're working with it. It appliques amazingly, which I'm gobsmacked about. And so I've got kits for the quilt behind, all right? So if you wanted to make, it goes by blocks really, so you cut everything up and put it all back together all as a bit of a, so that's the block. Okay, so the block's 16 inch, so a 9 block will cost £52. A 12 block will cost 68, and a 16 block will cost £84 for the fabrics. You'll get a free pattern with that, and you'll get a bit of extra fabric to make sure that you've got enough for bindings and a border and that sort of thing. All right, so they will be on the website as soon as I can when I finish this. All right, yeah, so there we go. It will have, what I will do, and I didn't say that earlier, we've got the dark blue squares, all right, and a random mix of fabrics. We're going to have like a salmon with a spot as your background applique and random. And then I've got just a couple of the pale green. So you get a choice as to which way round we're going, all right. And then there's also, I think I've still got some of that pink. So we'll do it as though there's 4 different colours that you can have. So when you're ordering, you need to tell me which colour, or actually if I've got time, I'll just put them all on. And no, that might take me a long time. You'll have to tell me what colour you want. All right, so there we are. So that's what we're going to do. What else did I have? I had, I've got, you have never seen such a mess around me. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. So we're going to do Christmas long quarters, all right, 10 of them, plus a free ½ metre of mixer. Just whip back through, I love that one. And as I say, I'm not really a novelty Christmas person as such. I like sort of nondescript Christmas. But these are actually really cute. They're all Macawa. They're all metallic, which makes them a really good price, because metallics do tend to come more expensive these days. So we get long quarters. If you order 2 packs, you'll get ½ meters, and then you'll get a free metre of mixer, if that makes sense. I'll cut them all as one piece, unless I'm told otherwise. So if you were going to give your mate a kit or something, you better let me know you want them individually as opposed to cut as ½ meters. All right, so the ones that go with that free, there's a nice red and there's a nice green. They're all Macawa, 100% cotton, lovely to work with. You know what quality you're getting with them, don't you? So that's jolly. And then we had the Christmas, the mess here. I've got stuff everywhere. And then we had, ow, and pins. I've just jabbed myself. Then we've got the Christmas advent calendars, which are rather lovely. I'm going to do these at £9 today for you. All right. That's the Scandi one with all the pockets. You just fold up the pocket. So simple to make. Even I can make them. I used to absolutely hate the others. I like that one. Isn't that cute for a kiddie? So they're all over on the website. I've put, well, one of them's over there. I don't know if I've put the other one over there. I'm going to check it in a minute. And then some point this week, I'm going to do the freebie. Oh, that fell apart. The freebie Christmas tree. All it is triangles, stuffed triangles stitched together with things dangling. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. I do a spring one as a kit and an autumn one as a kit. So, but everybody at Lamport were asking me, how do we do this? What have you got a pattern? I'm sorry, I don't feel I can charge you for a pattern for that. That's got to be a freebie. 5 minutes left. And then we're over to the other Amigos. So we've had Julia from Crosspatch before me. And then me. I'm an Amigo. And then Andy. Andrew. At Crafty UK. So Crafty headquarters will be with you shortly. There's Horace. He was amazingly popular at Lamport Hall, which is really funny to me. It's weird how things go. And then Blooming Dresden's was good. And then we have a bit of a resurgence for some reason on Japanese folded templates. So they're all available on the website, abbyann.com. So that's my one that's in the making. I love it because technically it's quilt as you go. And you make them all in little units. and then I always stitch them right the way through. So I put wadding in the middle and stitch right through, and then put them together. You can do it by machine. I like it by hand. It's one of my de-stress things. I probably need to make a few at the minute. I do apologise. It's all a little bit today, isn't it? So there we go. Right. How are we doing? What's on the bottom of the tree? A bucket. They are. Just make yourself some sort of a shape that might look like a bit of a bucket. So I'll figure out an easy way of doing that. I would say it's like 3 small triangles put together, for want of a better way. This is a piece of stick out the garden, and then just cover it over so that that's solid. It keeps its shape then. All right. I think actually that's a piece of framing. Bearing in mind we're framers. I need a bit of wood. I'll just go chop a lump off somewhere. Right, there's we go. Dragonfly block behind you. Is it available alone? Not the block, but the templates are available over on my website. So the different sizes of dragonfly, and the daisies, and there's sunflowers, and there's snails, and there's toadstools, and all sorts, all available on the website. Right, what else have we got? I like the trees as they are. What about some red horses grazing? That would be different. That would be different. Thank you, Sue. What's the website? Website is abbyanne.com. All right, if you just look Abbyanne everywhere, spelled ABBIEANNE, I pop up all over the place, I'm afraid. You'll get me everywhere. Loves Horace. What's on the bottom of the tree? Right, so there we go. I think I've got all your comments and stuff. Andy's due in a couple of minutes. So what else is coming up? Belfast is coming up. Belfast show at the end of August. I'll be over there. I think Andy's coming over there. I don't think we've got Julia. And I'm doing early bird classes, so 9 o'clock each morning before the show starts. I'm doing early classes, and I'm doing the Friday pizza and prosecco evening, which was an absolute scream last year. This year we're going to do a stitch and flip with lots of, I've got stuff. It's going to be an interesting evening, and we're going to have a giggle, all right? But I'll have a stand there as well. Paul's coming with me. Quilters Guild miniature group. If anybody's in the miniature group, got a Zoom class on the 27th of September. You'll find the sample for that will be at the NEC. So if you have a look on the guild stand. So that's what that is. That's that. I think I'm just about there, folks. And we're 10:29, so we're going to be handing over to Andy. So thank you for bearing with me in a bit of a hectic week this week. We'll see you in a fortnight. I have no idea where I'll be in a fortnight. I think I'm here, but I might not be. I'll be going to see you at the NEC. Probably not. Sorry, folks. Not for me this year, I'm afraid. But you'll find Andy. So that will be good. I might go up and visit, but I don't think I shall. I've got other stuff in the pipeline, and to be fair, I can't spare the time whilst doing. Right, okay, folks. It's time I went. So have a fabulous week. Go and find Andy on Crafty UK. All right. See ya. Have a good week. Be lovely.